We got to cut it there. Thank you, Kyle. I'll take more calls coming up. I'll tell you, you gave us an hour and 15 minutes. We are very thankful. DamonVickers.com. Damon Vickers, thank you for spending time with us today. This was an amazing interview, and I really look forward to having you back up with us in the future to give us a different perspective, and it's been very informative. Thank you.
Me too. Love your show, Alex.
Let me say bye to you here at the break. Thank you so much for that interview. That'll definitely make the rounds of the internet for some time to come. We even got a little talk of the Queen of England and her servants in there, which I always like to do. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Damon Vickers. Interesting interview. You know, I don't think he's an evil person or a bad guy, and he is a regular listener. I quiz him during breaks. But that's why Rothkopf, the head of the Kissinger Group, came on this show and during the breaks tried to convince me about globalism and the New World Order, and that it was a foregone conclusion, so I might as well have my voice heard in all of it. And that's the thing. You can talk to these guys, and they'll admit it's all going on, and then the rest of the mainstream media says it doesn't exist, so we can't even have a real debate about it. And that's because there's a lot of different people that he doesn't even really believe in globalization. He's saying it's happening, so what are we going to do? But that's almost a mind trick of capitulation to it. But I appreciate him giving us an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm excited to know we can have him and others back on the show so you can get the speech I've gotten many times from people of his similar ilk. Now, a little bit more extreme globalist, Aaron Russo, in his final videotape interview I did with him that we made into a film, Reflections and Warnings, he talks about Nick Rockefeller going, look, everybody's going to have microchips, and our chips, the elite's chips, are going to say, kiss my butt. He told him this a decade ago, and how they're going to reduce the world population as soon as their world government's in place. Well, I have government policy textbooks by the White House science czar, like EcoScience, saying the same thing. And they really believe this is for everyone's own good. But what it turns into is total corruption and a nightmare. If you go back and look at all the things the New World Order crowd have engineered and carried out, it's horrible. And if you look at California, that series of articles that were in all their major newspapers in the last couple of years, where over 1 million police and state employees and others are above the law, their license plates cannot be read by the license plate reading software that all of our license plates get read by. They're exempt from the law, just like illegal aliens. The globalists want illegal aliens here to drive down wages, to globalize the U.S. I'm not against the illegal aliens, but I know they're being used as a tool. I'm not against water. I love water. I like swimming in it. But I don't want somebody to cram a fire hose down my throat and blow my guts out. I don't want to have my arms bound and a bowling ball tied to me and be thrown into the Atlantic Ocean. So, see, I don't dislike the illegal aliens, but they are a bottomless pit of third world labor that will drive down the wages and destroy their future and my family's future. So I'm forced to speak out against them. And I can't sit here and make the decision for third world populations that are having 5, 6, 7 kids. Most of them aren't having 20. The average of the third world's about 4. On average, they have about 6 kids, but 2 of them die. These things will balance out. There's been major studies put out. The Earth can take 10 billion people. The world population is trending to start dropping at 8 billion in 2020. Certainly, we have a lot of dirty technologies that are hurting the Earth, but you cannot allow this elite group to covertly spike your vaccines, spike your water, and do this. But then the elite's argument is always, well, Alex, aren't the people guilty of this? The information you have is public, but they don't care. And there is an argument there. You know, he said, well, somebody who gets conned, they were part of the con. People that took these loans on houses they couldn't pay back, aren't they part of the fraud too? And my analogy is, yeah, a 7 or 8-year-old kid who disregards their parents' warning and goes out in the front yard and talks to the man in the van that has the puppy dog, or the little kid that's with them they used to lure the other kid. Yes, that 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, they are guilty of not listening to their parents, and they should get in trouble. Do they deserve to be hogtied and raped for 6 weeks and then have a snuff film made of their head being macheted off? No. They don't deserve to be raped and have their head macheted off with a machete. And once you buy into, oh, we've got to stop human suffering with a global government, it will fix it, you have fallen to the New World Order. And that's why this film, Reflections and Warnings, is so important. People that see it are like, man, this is really informative. Because I'm in it, separate little clips, video clips, documentation. And then you see the stuff Aaron Russo said 2.5 years ago before he died, when he was getting cancer treatment in Houston. So much of it has come true. Get this free with a whole bunch of combo deals we have on the shopping cart at Infowars.com. Get Reflections and Warnings free when you get it with Fall of the Republic. And with Endgame, we have a bunch of different combo deals and Obama Deception. I want to get this film out. It needs to be seen. Reflections and Warnings available at Infowars.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Don't wait. Get them. Give them to people.